Hey everyone, Pooja Sethi here. In this video, we'll talk about how the stress impacts working women, especially working moms. For those who don't know me, I help working mom to resolve their stress and anxiety for their kids and have a peaceful, happy lifestyle with their busy husband in just 4 sessions. And for you all who are watching, what I'll do is I'll leave in the description of this video the link of my calls where you can book your free strategy calls for, and I'm offering 5 free strategy calls at this moment in this week. In this one-to-one calls, you can talk to me directly for your needs as to what kind of stress and anxiety you are feeling and how we can resolve this together. So if I ask you a question, you all know about stress, right? The stress that comes from the work and the relation and how it impacts our life. We'll definitely talk about it today and what you need to do to change it in order to bring happiness and stay away from the stress. How great it would be if you know what you have to do in order to be really happy and stress free for the rest of your life without any medication and getting into a trap of toxic environment. Yes, without getting into the trap of toxic environment. And rather than getting into that toxicity, you turn your body into a self-healing machine, right? So stay tuned in this video with me. Because if giving up this stress forever means to you more happiness, more love, more satisfaction, then why don't we do it? Let's do it together. Let's be ready to take this everyday challenge to put you and your family on the growth and happiness path. So stay with me for this video because we're going to talk about the stress. Maybe it can help someone you know who is worried about upbringing of their kids in this toxic environment, in this changing world. Because you might have noticed the information is reaching to your kids before their age when they can't even understand that information. And potentially that social media is impacting it to a greater extent. Or maybe the news that you watch every day. Your family has the routine of watching the news 24/7. Just in case, it can worsen the situation because of the added fear within us makes us more stressful and anxious. Imagine a life without worries of these viruses, which is so much going on nowadays. It's across the globe. We are in the trap of this virus. The work stress, relationship issues, they are the existing stress causing issues. And the coronavirus has just added an extra, like, icing on this cake. And picture yourself when you don't feel bad about what others say to you in all these stressful environments while at work or while at your personal life. Maybe this is new you who is not worried for your future and not thinking about the past, having mastered in dealing with all those emotions. Feeling happy and relaxed, that's fine, let it go. It's okay. It's okay to feel relaxed. You don't have to do it all by yourself. So let's talk about how stress is bad for you and why it's coming to you. But before that, how many of us really knows the actual real definition of stress? We hear this stress term every time nowadays. Every day, every moment we are talking about this. And this stress is a reaction to a change or a challenge. Yes, this is a reaction to a change or challenge. In short term, this stress can be helpful because it makes you more alert and gives you energy to get the things done, right? But what about the long term stress? It can lead to serious health issues, right? I'm sure you all would agree with me on this one. And many studies have proven the fact that women are more likely than men report symptoms of stress and anxiety, such as headaches or maybe upset stomach. We'll talk about these symptoms in detail as well during this video, but it's women who are more likely to have more mental health issues than men, and that actually can worsen up your stress to another level, like causing more depression or anxiety in you. You all are working women, right? So stress is how your body reacts to a certain situation. When a sudden danger or a long lasting challenge comes to your life, like a really stressful event, your body releases chemicals and we call it hormones. We all know about it, right? And there is a hormone called adrenaline, and that gives you a burst of energy. That burst of energy helps you to cope and respond to the stress. Yes, that this adrenaline gives you a burst of energy that helps you cope and respond to the stress. But now why we are talking about this stress and keeping it in control, having a relaxed environment and time with your loved ones? Why now? Because it is the peak time when we all have exposure to the stress, especially in these coronavirus days, and especially for the working moms. When we all are working from home, we used to do multitasking earlier when we go to office, like 9 to 5, typically office time. Before that or after that, it's home time, right? But nowadays, it's no 9 to 5. We are always in the same shell. We are always in the same cycle. We have to do kitchen, we have to do our work deliveries, we have to do our kids care, we have to take care of our relationships with the family and ourselves as well. So this whole shell is not 1 or 2 hours of job. It's a 24/7 throughout these weeks nowadays. So this is the really peak time when we have to be aware of all these terminologies and how it's impacting us, because this is the time when we have to help ourselves first by not feeling stressed, and then go out to help your loved ones, to help your known tools. So when this lockdown will be over, rather than being stressed, we can come even more stronger if we are aware of it. So as you know, stress affects everyone differently. Some ways that chronic or long-term stress affects, especially in the women, that symptoms are like pain, including back pain. You might have definitely heard about so many complaints that your wives or your mothers or yourself has been saying for the back pain. Why? Have you ever tried to asking like yourself why this happens? Why they complain a lot about back pain, headache, or I'm feeling lethargic, no energy? So these are all the stress symptoms we feel. Pain, any kind of pain, but specifically back pain and headache is the um, earliest and easiest symptom of stress. And feeling like you have lost control on your loved ones, on your environment, or maybe you have placed your car keys or your phone or something and you don't remember where you have kept it, like forgetfulness, or you're trying to focus on something and you can't do it, lack of focus. These all are the symptoms that contribute to a stress level. The more symptoms that you have, the deeper stress level that you may be experiencing. If you are feeling angry very easily, or you have trouble sleeping, you are very irritated all the times, then these all are the symptoms of stress. Might be you have started using more of alcohol or drugs, or you have lost interest in the things that you used to enjoy earlier. Like you used to enjoy a lot about your skills or hobbies like paintings and gardening or walking, and now you have lost interest in all these things. You are just feeling lethargic, sitting at home, doing kitchen work, doing your office work, and all these things have gone. The hobbies have gone out of your life. And especially if you have lost interest in your love relationship, like in your sexual drive, if you have lost interest, these are the real symptoms of stress. And we all should be very much aware, being the working moms, because if we are correct, we are healthy, we are happy, we can take care of our kids, we can take care of our families. Let me tell you a time when I used to feel upset and stressed. It's 2006. I'm driving to work in Gurgaon, which is a place in India. Many of you from India who knows about it. It's a very busy city. It's a very busy. And as you may know, it's horrible to drive in Gurgaon. And driving in such scenario is like crazy, I tell you. And I'm driving with my 1-year-old boy in my Wagoner, driving to his daycare on the way. And traffic is like bumper to bumper. I feel like these cars are climbing on me. It's like this queue. One car is here, one car is here, and everybody is just honking and making noises. I feel so stressed. Why I'm driving? I'm not worried about me, but I'm more worried about my son who is along with me, who is sitting in that car seat along with me, who I'm going to drop to his daycare. I was really frustrated when I was driving in that moment. When I'm driving there, it's definitely a horrible thing. And pressure of work delivery, going home, preparing food for the family, all adding up to my stress without even me realizing that they are impacting. It has now started impacting my health, having trouble sleeping and worrying about the next day. Tomorrow I have to deliver this. Tomorrow I have to prepare this food. Tomorrow I have to drop my kids again back to daycare. The same moment, the same thing, the same car craziness, the traffic bumper to bumper, it's all adding up here. And it feels like it weakens my immune system. But being a mom, I was more worried about that little boy who is sitting with me, next to me. And that started giving me headaches, migraines. I feel I feel my shoulders are always tight, feeling so much muscle tension. This long-term tension leads to headache. It's so terrible experience when we face it, when we feel it. It's my whole body is paining and aching. don't know if I'm moving towards depression or anxiety. I always felt that being a working woman is more prone to move towards depression. And my fear of moving towards depression was coming true. It's really there. I can feel that. I can imagine that what's happening. If you talk about anxiety from PTSD or OCD or maybe panic disorders, I was thinking about all these situations, and all this stress is impacting my life when I'm there in 2006. Moving forward, I realized that stress can range from mild to short term and more extremely long lasting. And it's chronic stress that gives you so much of pain in your life. Chronic pains. How come when bones and all the organs, we all know that. Like science says, all the parts of your organs, all the organs and your skins and everything gets regenerated over a period of time. Then how come I have this back pain? How come I have this lethargicness when my organ is regenerating? Why I have these issues? Maybe you can also notice that within you or maybe around you, someone who is feeling like these are the common symptoms of the short-term stress. Getting stuck in the traffic or missing the bus, missing the train. That one single moment when you see your train is going like this, that stress is hitting here. And that's a mid-level or mid-term kind of stress which is impacting you. You may be facing some money problems, some financial issues. You may be having some temporary or some maybe prolonged arguments with your spouse or partner. Or maybe you have to deliver your work. It's a project delivery and you don't know where it is. You have relied on your team. You have given them the task. You have delegated all the jobs. And it's still not there. How are you going to do it? Imagine what's going to impact, how it's going to impact your hairs, your skin, your health, overall health, your blood pressure, your heart rate. How it's the stress impacts is really unimaginable. But that's what we have to open up now. We have to talk about the stress of working women. Picture yourself if you know all these details and you got such a beautiful glowing skin that you can take off any time with the blink of your eye. Or you are like a superhero or a confident mother that you have solution to all the problems like this. You can solve everything. And based on that, you can definitely pass on these informations to your kids, to your generations. So based on my own hunt of finding the solution and working with several clients so far, I noticed that women may feel symptoms of stress more as compared to the men. The research is there, the studies is there, all the reason is still unknown. I would say masculine and feminine energies are like this, but it's a raised risk of depression and anxiety for our women, working women. And high stress level causes all these blood pressures, heart rates. Over time, the high blood pressure can cause serious health issues. And younger women with a history of heart problems are especially at the risk of the negative impacts. And upset stomachs such as diarrhea, vomiting, long-term stress can lead to irritable bowel syndrome. It's a condition that is common. It's like twice as common as in men. And obesity. How many of us as a working women are not concerned about obesity? It's a link between the stress and the weight gain. There is a direct link. The moment you start relaxing your mind, the moment you take hypnotherapy sessions, I have so many clients who come to me for the hypnotherapy sessions with the problem of not sleeping well in the night, or weight gain, or irritations. And as soon as they relax their mind, when we do hypnotherapy sessions with them, they feel so relaxed and their weight is dropped immediately. So there is a direct relationship between stress and the weight gain. And it's such a stronger point for the women as compared to the men. And stress increases the amount of hormones in your body, and this hormones is called cortisol, which can lead to overeating and cause your body to store fat. You see how this all is connected? Maybe you know someone who is having problems getting pregnant. They want to have baby. And women with higher level of stress are more likely to have problems in getting pregnant than the women with the lower level of stress. So not being able to get pregnant when you want becomes a source of the stress. So it's like a chain reactions. You are stuck in one and the other. And then your monthly cycles. We may experience chronic and long-term stress. We have several PMS issues and PMS symptoms or irregular periods, that it's all based on the stress level. So stress is such a slow poison in your body that takes you away from all your happiness, all your self-healing, or your health. It also decreases your love in the relationship, your sex drive. Women with long-term stress may take long time to fulfill their love relationship as compared to the women with a lower level of stress. And again, this is a part of the studies. It's a proven fact. It may be a part of your poverty or financial worries. Depression is so common in the women whose families live below the poverty line. And women in poverty who care for children and other family members are themselves may experience several stress related issues. I'm not saying that this all has to be true, but this is all what we are seeing so commonly, issues and health problems in the society nowadays, especially in this coronavirus days. Everywhere you turn on your TV, you see your cases, your issues. This is the country impacted. These are number of cases. All these minor things. You are not going away from your work. You have not gone away from your kids' responsibility, from your kitchen, from your house chores. In addition, the news is causing you extra stress. So it's like a traumatic event. Experiencing trauma such as like big accident or disaster, or going through an emotional, physical, or maybe as a sexual assault as well, or abuse as a child, it puts you on a higher raised risk of depression and other disorders. And women are more likely than men. I'm repeating again and again in my statements here that women, it's a research, it's a study, that women are more likely than men to experience these violences, these issues, these stress symptoms. And ongoing low level stress are very hard to notice, but it can also lead to health issues. So find out the symptoms, what you are feeling. Tell me one thing. Do we react to stress differently than men do? Yes. That's why I'm saying this again and again. Because the experiencing the symptoms of stress which leading towards depression and anxiety, is more related with how and who is taking it. And that's why women has more issues with the moods and the anxieties. You must have heard the mood swings issues. So how, what can I do to help manage your stress? Everyone has to deal with the stress at some point in their lives. We can take steps if we are aware, if we know what's happening around us. In a very positive way, we can handle it. I recommend to my clients before I see them, I give them some initial exercises to do. Breathing, we already been talking about in our previous videos, like take deep breathing. When you inhale and exhale deeply, you send an extra oxygen to your lungs. And that sends a message to your brain to calm and relax. Get to be calm and relax. And when this message is sent, your body automatically get relaxed. So I suggest whenever you have some such symptoms, take 30 deep breaths. 15 left stretch and the right stretch, because stretching can help you relax your muscles. Change your physiology. Change your, if you're sitting and feeling stress, sitting and you're watching your system, stand up. Maybe go for a little walk, go outside, or just stretch your hands. Once you will stretch your hands, your physiology is changed and a signal is given to your mind to relax your muscles. And that can make you feel less tense. And you may practice acknowledging your negative emotions by saying, I am feeling stressed. Many times I feel stressed, and when I acknowledge it, when I say it, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling angry. Or I have a journal with me that I simply just write down my emotions. I write two things majorly: what I'm thankful for, to handle my to handle to say thank you to the universe, to be grateful. And second thing I write is what emotions I'm feeling. I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling angry. And that can help me to reduce my stress. And take time for yourself. It could be listening to music, reading a good book, or watching a movie with your family or by yourself. This is your own time. Why don't you take care of your own self, like for 30 minutes every day? You can definitely give your 23 and a half hours to outside world for your sleeping, for your cooking, for your house chores, but 30 minutes for your self relaxation. I experienced that frequent relaxations and hypnotherapy sessions, a set time of stillness for the focusing exercise, gives your mind a positive and a neutral thought. It helps you lower your stress levels. And hypnotherapy is really one of them that gives you help in relaxing your mind, lowering your blood pressures, and it's safe for everyone. Get enough sleep. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. How many hours of sleep do you take as a working mom? So I really have created I'm writing a book at the moment, and that's what it's all about. I will share my all stress relieving exercises or the tips with you in my coming series, especially for the working moms. It can be done by everyone or anyone. I'm happy for you to use it. But as a working mom, we have to acknowledge it and postpone all these symptoms of stress to a wider extent, to all extent that is possible. So stay tuned for the upcoming series that is coming on your way, for the stress management. And for those who don't know me, I help working mom to resolve their stress and anxiety for their kids' growth and have peaceful, happy lifestyle with their busy husbands. I know they are busy, in just 4 sessions. And for you all who are watching it, I will leave a disc in this description, link where you can book some of the calls. As of now, I'm offering 5 free strategy calls. It is one-to-one calls where we can talk about like how stressed you are, what are you doing for your stress, and we'll look forward to resolve your stress on these calls. Okay. So that was the message for today. Stay tuned for the further upcoming stress releasing exercises and the things we need to share, because we care for you, you care for us. So let's be together in this journey, and yeah, see you next time. Thank you.